Good evening. Good evening, people. People, wonderful people. How's everybody doing tonight? I'm still a little winded from yesterday. Yesterday was huge. Thank you guys so much again for making that the success that it was. It was absolutely insane. We gave away 4 copies, perfect timing. Sony loved it. They love us. Everything went very well yesterday. So tonight we have something a little special going on again. We're going to be playing some pre-alpha gameplay of Minerwars 2081. Awesome indie game that kind of mixes the flight and combat of Descent with the addictive crafting and such of Minecraft. You can go pick it up. We'll have a couple of the developers joining us here. We just got it all set up. You can grab the pre-alpha right now. It'll be locked in a demo mode, basically. Or you can pre-order, I believe, what is it, 50% discount price, 19 bucks. It's locked in, and you'll get access to the full game. Kind of like how Minecraft did it. Basically lock in your price here. You get the alpha build. It'll be updated up until the full build. So I saw a little bit at GDC. I didn't really play any. I've actually had this build for a little while now, and I would like to we're going to go in with the developers. I'm going in completely blind, so you know, we'll have them kind of explain the mechanics and what's going down with all that. And don't forget, tomorrow we'll be here with Miss Arya Blarg. I have to hit her up tonight, and we'll be collaborating together. I believe we may actually bust out some zombie dice or just do some fun stuff while we talk with her, you know, a little casual interview about how she started, what she does here, you know, what her favorite games are, boobs or butts, you know, the usual. All the dice, all the time, yes. Just figured it'd be nice and casual, chill out. What's up, Bruno? Again, thank you for the games. Bruno sent me this wonderful package of Wii funness. I think one of these days we're going to have like a fishing and hunting broadcast, just for the amazingness. But yes, Reload, Remington Super Slam Hunting Alaska. And actually, honestly, kind of looks like fun. SNK versus Capcom Chaos, though, that's pretty tight if I can find a machine that this works on. I don't know if my Xbox still works. And Brunswick Pro Bowling. It's awesome. Dude, if I was that deep silver, I would put. But anyways, we're starting to build up a nice little crowd tonight. Miner Wars with some of the developers this evening, kind of holding our hands through this. Keep in mind, this is a pre-alpha build. They're saying it's maybe about 50% done. So, you know, be nice and enjoy. You can get your copy. Go register. It is minerwars.com. They have a new snazzy web page out right now. Here, let me. Tabs are so small, so small. But there you go. Excuse me, guys. My voice is still kind of winded from 4 hours of promoing yesterday. Wow. Nice, Bruno. That's kind of crazy. All right, but anyways, let's get this started. I don't want to keep you guys hanging for too long. Don't forget, in about roughly 4 hours or so, we have Ryusei coming back on with Journey to the East. I think he'll be playing some more Kingdom Hearts on 3DS. Always a good time, so stay tuned for that. 4 people won God of War Ascension. I'd have to look at my email to give you the actual. I know Toxin, was it El Italiana or whatever, and Ghost 6, and I can't remember the other name. But anywho, let's get this started, guys. Thank you guys for being here. We'll have another fun night. Like I said, the developers are going to join us just shortly here for a little bit and kind of run us through the beginning of the game, and then we'll have fun with it. And next week, I believe next Tuesday, we should have Telltale Games hanging out with us while we play Walking Dead. A lot of stuff going on. Oh, Monday, a special event. Get ready. Get your Super Monday Night Combat ready. I should actually like practice that one of these days. But we have something really cool coming up. There will be giveaways involved, and trust me, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. So, anyways, another big week coming up next week. Boom, boom, boom. Follow the channel. Love you. Come hang out. Here we go. Yay. Gotta love that copyright-free music. Boom! Thank you, Stan SB, for that track way back. We're loving it. We're gonna use it. What's happening, guys? How's everyone doing tonight? It does not need more wub wub. It's fine without the wub wub. It is wubbish enough. Wubbish enough as it is. What's up, gamer girl? What's up, PK? Xerxia, two-fist beating, two-fist one beating, Optimus, Sith, Backburner, Akuma, Demon Gamer, Super Gamma. Ground Flyer, PK, High Class Penguin. Another amazing night tonight. Forgive me if I'm a little winded. I really put a lot of energy into last night's God of War extravaganza. So my voice is kind of shot today, but we're going to do our best. We have another little special honor. We're going to have the developers, a couple of them of Minerwars, an awesome indie game mixing the best of Descent and Minecraft into one beautiful package. That doo-doo butter, what up? What's up, Phil, Craven, Tiger Bloody, Zoker, and Roostum. And congrats to the winners last night. We will be setting that up this evening, getting those pre-orders all up in there. And here, check these things out. Check these things out. You got to check them out. You got to get over there. You got to check out that D-Toy. Check out that D-Toy. Why you no posting this? Why? Why? Uh-oh. I'm starting to get hyped. Uh-oh. As well, look at this. How badass is this? I'll have this after the show. Check it out. Check it out. Boom. What's up, Poke? Haircut and a cubicle job? Never. Ever. 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 What's up, Bapion? And did I save one for myself? Nope. That's not how we roll, man. I'll pick it up, or we'll talk to Sony, or whatever. They were extremely happy about how things went last night. It was a mad success. Mad success. So, I went, and I can't thank you guys enough. 900 tweets. We peaked at about 2,700 people in chat. Honestly, I don't know how many exactly, but they were saying it jumped up to at least a few hundred more likes on their Facebook. Pata! That's how we roll here at Destructoid and at Twitch. We'll talk to Sony. I know, right? No, we'll just talk to him. No big deal. So, actually, let us get to this. We got about 3 hours and 45 minutes here before the wonderful Mauricio comes on with more Import 3DS awesomeness. We'll kind of get this started here. I'm going to make sure the devs are ready to go. I know one of them he's in California right now. It's kind of middle of the day for him. He is probably kind of busy, so we're not going to keep him here too long. We'll have our own fun with this, but at the beginning, I do want them to maybe, run us through this, tell us what's going on here, and then we'll go play. Think that sentence needs more future? Yes, Venom. Yes, that's this Wednesday, right? The Starhawk or whatever. Now, is there, and I'll ask this, is multiplayer on this open already? Hit them hard. On the 8th. Okay, we'll work it out, man. We'll work it out. Actually, this Tuesday, I'm going to be up there picking up, what is it? And, oh my god, get ready for this one, guys. We'll probably play this on a Wednesday or something, whatever, next week. Anyone excited for, what is it, Sniper Elite? Is that it? Is that the one? I don't even. Uh-oh. P.S. God of War is on sale. Awesome. I did actually stay up all last night, and I finished Ghost of Sparta. Kind of a really amazing game, especially for PSP. Oh, Guild Wars. That's right. Oh, yeah. And again, thank you, Bruno. Thank you. It's always awesome to get little packages like this in the mail, no matter what they are. We'll have fun with this maybe next week. We'll have a Bruno Day. A Bruno Day. Channel needs more dinosaurs. Well, you are going to be happy, Revolution. Very soon, we're in talks with Reverb PR right now. And we're going to get some Primal Carnage here as soon as they have a build ready to go. And we're going to have some developers on. We're going to eat some people as the dinosaurs. So dinosaurs are coming. Trust me, I'm very excited about Primal Carnage. It looks amazing. Amazing. So, yeah, stay tuned for that. But anyways, let's check out this Minerwars here. Metal Slug Day. Yeah, Bruno is awesome. Bruno's hooked us up on this channel for so long. Great friend of the community. Need to actually get a hold of him more often. That's my bad. But yes, anyways, let's go do this. Some Minerwars. Hey, good evening, fat kids, la girl. Hi, how you doing? Let me turn up the volume for the Minerwars. It's not an MMO yet. What they're doing, we'll talk. We'll get them on here and ask some questions about that. The goal is that it's eventually going to be an MMO. This is still very much pre-alpha. Let me do this. I think VSync is messing with me. Extreme. There we go. What's up, Liverpool? What's up, everybody? Just about to get into this. Let me see if we get some devs in here, and we're gonna do this. One sec, guys. Got to alt-tab out this here. And again, you know, one more time, I do have to say thank you from to the community here, to the chat, to Sony, to God of War, to Twitch, to everyone involved yesterday, Frog Boss, mods. Everybody killed it yesterday. Thank you again. I'll shut up about that, but that was a big deal for us, and you really helped us out yesterday. We'll find a way to give back, you know, other than giving away free awesomeness all the time. But you know, we'll find another way. So just take me a couple seconds, man. I want to make sure these guys are ready to go and all that kind of fun stuff. Beer in hand and Foom. Yeah, nice, dude. I'm on a coffee night. Coffee night. Just give us a couple seconds. We're going to try and get some peeps up in here. What is this? This is a game called Minerwars. I don't know if you can see it up there. It's an awesome indie game that basically mixes, if you've ever played the old PC game Descent, with Minecraft and and more. Nice, Zane. Yeah, thank you guys for being here. We're going to have the developers, a couple of them come in, talk to us in just a second here, kind of explain stoof. What's up, Kill Death? It's $19 and my mom said no. Minor what? Oh my god. Is today the last day? Uh-oh. Yeah, today's a coffee day for me. Beer, blah, not even in the mood. Okay. Adjust. I think they'd be ready. Whoa. Adjust some volume here. PC games at GameStop. Oh, nice. All right. Hello. Hello.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Okay, got you now.
All right, we good. We good. It's always all these little things, the Skypes and the things.
Yeah,
So
right.
how you doing, man? Thank you for coming on today. I'm sure you're a busy man at this point. We're doing well right now. We have about 1,200 people waiting to hear your lovely voice. And
Excellent.
so maybe explain a little. This is actually our first time meeting, guys. So just so you know, maybe explain what you do, who you are, what's going on.
Well, I'm the community manager and public relations for Minerwars King Software House, and kind of oversee what goes on and try to make people happy.
Okay. And then are you at our chat right now? Let me give you the link to this. I don't know if you're going to be able to check this out, but in case people
Chat.
maybe have questions for you, etc.
Okay.
There you go. Can you abduct and probe people in this game? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Again, sorry.
Oh, I'm just answering questions from chat. You'll get a lot of these. Can you abduct and probe people
Okay.
in this game? No. Who are you? What do you do? And why are you in my chocolate factory? This is our crowd, man. Get ready for this.
Chocolate.
So is this game a space economy game? No. Would you like to maybe explain to people? And I have actually been saving this until we hopped on today, so I'm kind of walking in blind. I got to see a little bit at GDC, but I figured, we'd save it, and as we go through, maybe, you can kind of walk us through some things.
Okay, yeah, okay, I got the chat here. Yes, my mechanical keyboard is hella loud. Sorry about that, guys.
It's
All right, so what's the question again?
basically just what is this about? I've kind of been explaining it as a kind of combination between like Descent type gameplay and Minecraft crafting and gathering addictiveness.
Yeah, okay, so this is a first-person shooter and 6 Degrees of Freedom game, and it's a kind of a rare type of gameplay. Uh-oh, I hear myself, gotta turn that off. Because there's not very many games that use 6 Degrees of Freedom, so it's kind of its own little niche thing, but at the same time it's breaking into the space market where you have a bunch of simulator type games like Evercron or a few others that kind of go into the mechanics of physics a bit more, and we're kind of trying to make a distinction between, we don't want it to be too much of a simulator, we want it to be action based, so it's kind of more of a skill-based game than a simulator, but it still has those aspects, like you have to worry about energy and air and fuel, so it's kind of a mix between that kind of gameplay style.
Now, am I kind of right on that? Was this inspired maybe a little bit by Descent, or is it just due to that, 6 Degrees,
Well, the inspiration, well, for me, yes.
Okay.
This is totally inspired by Descent, but the actual creation of what I guess Mark was thinking when he first developed the game didn't have actually anything to do with Descent. It had to do with a two-dimensional game called Tunneler.
Oh, okay.
The game itself is built off of this voxel engine, and this is kind of why Minecraft comes into the whole picture here, where voxels are used for our asteroids, and so you can go into the asteroids and dig your tunnels and actually build a little base inside there, and the voxels are pretty advanced. Usually voxels are square, and so we have a rounding kind of technique to make our voxels look nice in the asteroids.
Okay.
And that's kind of the idea of where the game started. And so, like, okay, we can do this cool stuff. How about making a space game where you can do it, in any direction rather than, Red Faction kind of gameplay where it's a first-person shooter.
Right. And that's what I was going to say too, kind of reminiscent of and it's an easy way to explain to people what the game is like. I was going to mention some GeoMod. It's got that feel to it as well.
Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of aspects of a bunch of, I guess, voxel-based technology games, but then we try to put a few other things in there, like we have an in-game editor that allows you to put stuff together kind of like Legos, and so that's kind of new and different.
Okay, and I'm going to start this up now. Are all these somewhat ready to go? What would you suggest? Your story, perhaps? Or
yeah, do the story mode, definitely.
And MMO, is that implemented? People were asking that. Is that something that's going to be coming
MMO
later?
is not implemented yet. The way that this is going to work is that this is a single-player game. Minerwars 2081 is a single-player campaign that's going to have kind of a rudimentary multiplayer, kind of like Capture the Flag or Deathmatch. And it's going to have co-op in the single-player kind of campaign gameplay, but the MMO portion itself is going to be a different kind of game, or it's going to be its own title.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
and come after we get all the networking for the multiplayer on the single player game. So you will see dog fighting and stuff in the single player game before the MMO comes out.
Okay. And find the entrance here. So now, is there a how do you get to third person here? I always prefer that.
I think it's M.
M.
M. I've changed all my maps.
I gotcha.
So maybe C.
M is like it looks like a mine or a bomb.
I think it's that's probably the drill.
Okay.
BV. It's one of the bottom buttons.
one of these guys down here. Let me.
You have to press M again to get the drill out of the way before you can do other things. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so the drill. Now, would I just like kind of just start running into stuff with that? Or?
Okay, yeah. Okay, walk into this asteroid basically while you have the drill out and kind of fire with the drill.
Oh.
There you go.
Oh,
now,
that's fancy.
just go up to a face there and then press the fire button and you'll start eating away at the asteroid.
Oh, that's slick. So now, talking about kind of similarities to Minecraft and stuff like that. Now, are there going to be certain things you're mining for in here? Different...
Okay, right. Okay, so let's say that you built this great tunnel right there in front of you with this thing, and you're finding some kind of resource you want. You press M right now, and then retract your drill,
okay.
and then press J for a ore harvester, and you'll harvest a bunch of ore, and it will tell you how much ore and what kind of ore you'll get on the right above your stats there.
Detected.
Rearview mirror too. All right. Now, are the ores going to have like kind of a different look to them? Will I know if there's something in front of me, or you just kind of have to?
Every ore has its own different type and block model, or depending on what it is, there's gold and silver, magnesium and cobalt, and it all looks different. So you'll go in there and you'll see different stuff.
So you'll definitely know what you're looking for, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Relic. It's very unique. Like I said, it was definitely the eye catcher at GDC for me.
Yeah, a lot of people were really surprised to see where we were and what we were doing.
Yeah, I walked by and I'm like, what is it? You just see some of the names and you're like, whatever. And then I saw some of the gameplay and you just can't help but be a little intrigued.
Yeah, we had a problem with people just sitting down and playing and not getting up. They're like, hold on, I just...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, and that was the thing too. I think especially in the like indie section, a lot of games were going really kind of minimalistic, and this one just had a really nice look to it. It really stood out.
Well, there's a lot that we're trying to accomplish here. We're trying to make it a game where people can jump in and kind of pick their own path and how they're going to play the game. Because there's the type of people who are going to jump in, and I'm just going to want to kill people, and it's going to become a fighting game for them. They're going to go around and shoot everybody. And then other people are going to be in the game. They're like, maybe they're not as skilled at the first-person shooter genre, and so for them, they want to be like maybe a support class, or maybe they want to be more of a like a miner or a racer kind of person, or some people are just really creative.
Just want to get into the crafting, building, right?
Yeah. You want to get in there and get all the items and have the hugest space station and like have everybody come to their area and check it out. And so the game's going to mean different things to different people.
Okay. Yeah, I like that, giving people just different. Yeah, if you want. Oh, I think I found something.
Okay. Yeah, press M so you put the drill away, and you can right click to use your missiles to also burrow out holes, and it's going to be a lot faster with the missiles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, there's something else right there.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm looking. And what was the little probe thing again?
J.
J. Whoa, spinning.
And they'll destroy it. Getting rid of your good stuff there.
So now, where do I see if I'm getting this? Oh, stone, iron.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, see, I guess it's all coming together.
You have to be close enough, and you have to not, bump into it with it. It gets touchy sometimes.
Okay.
There goes the realism, It used to be so you can fly around, like, if you press K, you take off your inertial dampeners, and you kind of just float around with Newtonian physics. And so you used to be able to fly in super high speeds, and then you take that harvester out, and it would connect you to the asteroid, and then you just stop instantly. And so that's one of the things we wanted to prevent.
Can you get out of your ship, or is it in ship only?
This is in ship only. We don't have any plans to have you walking out of the ship yet. We do have plans in making your ship be able to go inside of other ships, so that you can see the interior of other ships within your ship, and it should be big enough to do that. But there might be getting out of your ship at some point in time.
Okay. Where can I get this? I'm throwing my money at the screen, but nothing is happening. Go to Minerwars.com. And now, is there any... I was going to ask that, too, because how is this working right now? You can get the pre-alpha, right? Like, anybody can grab this at the moment, but is some of it locked out? Or how is that working right now?
So, yes, this is... right now, for pre-sale, it's a pre-alpha. You'll get the game when it finishes. However, you can download a demo right now for free and see basically what he's playing in the game. You will not get the editor abilities. I think you'll be able to play around with the editor, but you won't be able to save your sectors. And that's, I guess, one of the features that we're implementing right now. That's pretty cool. But you should be able to play this, and I don't know if random's disabled. There's a few other things disabled as well. But
now, is there co-op built into this build yet, or new?
No, it's not built into the gameplay yet. It's in the test version for the developers in very rudimentary forms, but it's not accessible to the public yet.
Okay. Keyboard, mouse sensitive. I'm trying to...
Oh, okay. If you press, I think, R
Yeah.
or T, you can zoom in.
Oh.
You can see way further out.
Oh, so there are some like bases and whatnot built into these asteroids as well.
Yeah, and everything you see there, the bases and whatnot, were built within the game. You can like go into a building mode. I think if you hit 0 or number pad 0, and do that. I don't know if you can do it right.
Factory in your inventory. You can't build. Okay.
Yeah, you can't do it without certain stuff, but you can definitely do the editor mode in the menu.
Engine shutdown, restart, headlights. Oh, what? Okay. So there's a lot of stuff in here. How do I get rid of this?
Yeah, okay. Engine shutdown, I think, is T. To reset your views, G. Your headlights is H.
Okay. Oh, okay. Still trying to find that third-person view button.
Oh, right. If I can only remember which it was. I don't ever use third person, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll probably get called a noob for using it. I don't know.
Well, there's good reasons to use it when mining, or I guess getting a perspective where you are, but when it comes to dogfighting, you're shooting yourself in the foot.
Okay, there we go. It is O. It is O.
The game is somewhat taxing. You need at least a DirectX 9 to be able to play it, and I think NVIDIA 6400 on the super low end. But in order to get good frames, you need a pretty powerful processor, and depending on how you set the LOD in the game, it really changes.
Oh my god, I think I just pressed something wrong.
There you go, you got your third person.
So now I take it this asteroid is hostile or something? These guys don't like me very much at all.
Yeah, this is a hostile base, and the idea is that you go into the space and you destroy 3 reactors in it and you get out before it blows.
Oh, okay.
Now, there's a few ways to do this, and the first time people play this, they walk into the base right there. But you can literally just go on the side of this asteroid and just burrow your own way in and sneak attack.
Oh, I didn't even think of that. Yeah.
Everything you saw on there, all those panels and whatnot, if you shoot them enough with missiles, they'll explode. And so everything that you build in the game is destructible. It's a fully destructible environment, all the prefabs and whatnot, and they'll destroy piece by piece. And so you can come in through the side, like, and destroy like a panel or two, and then come in and take over the base from different directions.
Do I have a health bar here? Or is it just kind of visual? I noticed.
Your health bar, bottom left-hand corner, you have a bunch of stuff. You have armor and health, which is a little different. You have that'll go away eventually. You have air, you have energy, and so there's a few things to keep tabs on there.
And yeah, guys, I am on i7, 580 GTX, blah blah blah, beastie stuff. But it sometimes it depends on the game. But when you stream, you start capturing. It takes some oomph away from your system. So
Yeah, it's tough to get high graphics and stream at good qualities. I've seen problems with that left and right.
yeah, it was just like when Skyrim first came out. You know, I turn off the stream, and I swear to God, it's like running at like 100 frames a second. You turn on the stream, and it's like down to like 22. Like what? things you got to deal with.
Yeah, but then web quality is only like what, 25.
Exactly right. Is this free to play or do you got to buy it?
Okay, so this is you have to buy it. Now the MMO is you buy it once and then it's free after that. It's not a monthly subscription, so that's kind of convenient. And we're gonna have a DLC model after that. The single players buy once as well, and you get all the story content updated as we, I guess, enhance different features of the game. Like multiplayer and co-op and all those fancy things.
So about how far in would you say you guys are right now to, or how far away from, I guess, a full launch?
I suppose not too far at all. We have a lot of the game actually worked out. We're just constructing a bunch of storyline, scripting, and whatnot for the game as we go, because, you know, we hit a certain point, then we want to do something else fancy, and have to actually change the whole engine to do that. And so we're still adding to the engine, but there's a lot of stuff in the game, and the editor is really extensive too. Like it kind of makes this game StarCrafty, because you can make your own situations, like put your asteroids and build them there, and then put, like, let's say a faction of like the red guys here and a faction of the blue guys here, and then they're gonna like fight each other, and you like spawn yourself in the middle of the mess or something. You can do all kinds of interesting things.
And that's gonna come with the full release, the editor, right?
Right.
Okay.
Well, that's already, if you pre-order, you get that editor already.
Oh, okay.
And so you should be able to hit the editor and build things with the free version as well, but you wouldn't be able to save it. If you're having troubles flying, press K.
What is that? Oh. That's awesome. How long will the story aspect be? This is from chat here.
I think it was 10 hours of gameplay if you just play it through, not sleeping or whatever. But yeah, the storyline is going to be 10 hours trying to beat it. Okay. However, we're going to have other side paths, and I mean, you're going to have to ignore a lot of the game to do that. And of course, it's going to be a sandbox style game, so you can just turn around and do whatever.
Okay. Somebody asked something good too. Jesus, Mr. Blinky, does this game have any breasts? No, you can build them out of asteroids, I guess.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the asteroids.
Foom can't drive very well. Yeah, get off me. Don't worry about my driving skills. By the end of the day, I'll master this. Don't you worry.
Ammunition's low.
Holy. Oh, ammo's low? Snap.
Yeah, we're not funded by NASA. We're privately funded.
If I ever see a breast-shaped asteroid fly by me in this game, I'd be impressed. Well, I'm sure, you know, once people start playing with the editor and start doing some things. Yes.
I've already seen a few things in space that, in the alpha versions, that were really ridiculous.
Now, you guys, are you still, I saw a contest or something like this where you're asking people to design certain things and they'll make it into the full release. Is that still going on?
Okay, yes. We have had, I think, 3 or 4 contests involving modeling, like ships and assets to the game, whatnot, storyline, music, and something else.
Okay.
And yeah, we're still doing that. We're still accepting them in the game. We do it based on quality, and we're kind of just collecting them for now and putting them in as we see fit. And in a little bit. The contests were scheduled to end like I think a month ago
Oh,
or
okay.
so. However, we extended that because at the time that it ended, it like there's no point to ending it because we were still working on our things ourselves, and
Right.
in order to incorporate those things, we're gonna have to do it at a later time anyway. So we just extended all our contests,
Okay.
and to give more people, who are working on it more time to do it. And we've actually had recent people who submitted stuff that's been really good, and so it's a good thing that we've extended most of these contests.
So this would be the generator thing. Yeah. Okay. It says generator on it. All right. Is
Yeah,
this
there you go.
multiplayer? Yes, it will be multiplayer, and I think in the regular solo release, single player, so to speak, release, there'll be what co-op, multiplayer like deathmatch, capture the flag, stuff like this, and then there will
Right.
be a full-blown MMO coming sometime later.
Okay, so there's I guess three versions of the game that we can discuss about. The Minor Wars 2081 is a single player game campaign, and so it's technically a single player game. However, with this technically single player game, we're going to add rudimentary multiplayer and co-op to it. So you will be able to play with your friends in the missions for Minor Wars 2081, and you will be able to fight your friends in kind of deathmatch and capture the flag and team deathmatch battles. However, that's not necessarily MMO gameplay,
Right.
and so we will have a Minor Wars MMO, which will be a huge persistent world, and everybody's kind of on the same server idea, and that will be a little while later, probably a year or two after the final release of this game.
Very cool. Bob, what was your pilot question again? Can't wait until somebody builds a one-to-one Death Star. Yeah, that'll be kind of impressive.
Ooh, that would be impressive.
Well, that's the first thing I thought of when you were talking about, the shooting the reactors and then barreling out of here. Was like, oh, Millennium Falcon. Now, are
Wow,
people going to be able
never.
to design their own ships as well, or how far does that go?
Yes and no. The ships are kind of customizable as it is, so you can kind of build it around what you need. The ships are already preset in their purpose and what they do. However,
Okay.
you will be able to build bigger motherships, and our intention is that later on you will be able to move them.
Customizable pilots. I haven't even seen my pilot.
Your pilots?
Yeah, somebody was asking if you can customize pilots or, give yourself a unique
Okay.
look, that kind of thing.
People have asked for this. We don't really have the ability to do that in the game, nor have really discussed doing that in the game yet. However, it has come up on the forums where people have asked whether we're going to have like an avatar or can customize whether or not we can like actually see our own character model, whether we're able to customize it anyway and have like a little picture so when we talk to people,
Right.
this little picture comes up or something. We might throw in something kind of like that, but it's just up in the air at this point, and it's not necessarily incorporated since you can't actually see your guy.
Give us hats. We'll leave
Hats?
that to Team Fortress.
Space hat.
Space hats for your ships or something. Endless hats. I'm actually kind of surprised that became such a big thing. It was a joke at first, and everyone's just, they love hats.
Well, to tell yourself apart from some,
Right.
if you could choose the one only pink ship in the game, everybody want to be the pink ship, like
Critical.
just the vanity factor.
I feel like, is there a way to like open doors or something? I feel like I'm stuck.
Yeah, you can open doors. Some of them close, but most of these ones are open in these tunnels. The tunnels are kind of hard to navigate in this 6 degrees of freedom kind of world because you kind of get lost in which way you've gone because you're orienting one different way. But if you, let's say, just turn around and just start firing missiles down some corridor, you'll blast your way out eventually.
Okay.
Like, everything explodes in the game eventually. Usually. And if it doesn't, then you're being locked in a certain dungeon. But at least from my memory, this area did explode. Of course, point blank. never great. I would go back the way you came, and
Armor is low.
Blow my way out here.
yeah, this might work for you.
Developer Keen Software House. That's correct, right?
Yeah, King Software House. This is the first game that we've started, so it's very similar to Descent. This isn't Descent. There's a lot of things that I guess separate the two, and I guess mainly what it is the technology involved. There's no lasers or gnarly plasma fusion stuff in this game. This is all based off of stuff like what would happen if we, at this point in time, went into space, and with the technology we had, how it would end up, you know. And yeah, that you can blast through that, or you should at least be able to blast through that with enough missiles.
I'm on to something there.
Okay.
I think.
This way out, I promise. There you go.
Low ammunition.
And now, how would you? I'm getting the low ammo call here. How do you re-up on ammunition and whatnot? Enemies?
Okay.
Or?
Currently, that's kind of hard to do in the game.
Okay.
You would normally go to your space station, which is outside, and
Fly to your mothership. Yep.
You go there and you refuel and stuff. But if you are in dire need of resources, you can hit the number lock button, and that should fill you.
Oh yeah, I was all zoomed in too. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, guys.
Yeah, press G to reset that.
There we go. We're on to something there. Yeah, it's been a blast already. Just, delving into it, kind of getting my hand held here. This is my like very first impression of the gameplay outside of just a couple minutes at GDC. But I'm liking it. And how do you like rotate? Like yeah, I don't know.
That's Q and E.
It's Q and E. Ah,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I guess using larger missiles or rockets would be a better idea. I think if you hit 3 twice and then right click, you can equip the larger missiles. And watch out for the blast radius on those suckers.
Aye, okay. Oh yeah. Where's my my oxygen's low, my armor's low. It's alright. It's alright, we're gonna do our best. I will have a co-op mode.
Is a co-op mode. The co-op mode is going to be planned after we do the rudimentary multiplayer, and you will be able to play these missions with a good number of your friends, at least.
Do you have any? I think that was asked earlier. Do you have any idea of how many people? Just a rough guess, or what you're aiming for?
I'd say at least 4.
Okay.
We want a lot more than that, of course. We want you to be able to invite like many people to your sector, and you can all fool around and build and destroy and stuff at your leisure, and kind of make your own events and gameplay styles. But it may be set to 4 or 8 or something.
Ah! Do it. Well, there I go. Blast radius done got me.
Yeah, I told you. These big missiles aren't a joke.
I like how the fuel level warning is more imposing than the fact that you're like, hey, it's all important.
You can recycle oxygen for a bit. Have you ever heard of submarines?
Yeah, right.
Breathe in your own CO2 for a bit. Just don't eat any burritos.
This is the editor by sectors. It's temporary. Okay. Not even an enter. You know how I roll. Come on. We're here talking and hanging out. Oh wow.
Yeah, try the editor.
This is a lot of whoa. Okay.
Yeah, they're named kind of funky at first. Definitely.
Now
okay,
the editor.
so
I'm just building an entire area here.
Okay, yeah. I guess the best way to do get your perspective here is to right click and look around first. And see kind of your area. If you use your scroll wheel, you change the speed at which you move at. In order to put stuff out into the area, you click on that container on the left-hand side and open up something. You drag it into the space, and then once you do that, you're able to kind of the 3ds Max it around with the axes that you're given. Then Yeah, you can use T to transform your tool and do all kinds of stuff. It gets pretty gnarly. And then there's snap points with some of the stuff. So uh, try going to the like Chinese or like yeah, there you go. That works. Asteroids.
Okay. Oh, and then now is this just positioning it with the XYZ points here, or can you like increase size or mush it around, or how?
Okay, yeah, you can do all kinds of things to it. First, you move it to wherever you want it, and then if you go into what's called the voxel hand, the voxel hand allows you to shape it however you want. You know, change the shape tool, add stuff to it, change the ore type, so you can like put like little driblets of stuff in places, or
Okay.
you can do all kinds of stuff in there. Will the co-op have live chat? Yes, it should have live chat. Did I just see rocks fighting out of metal doors? Yeah, that is what happens when you shoot at metal that's riding against a rock, and it has rock behind it, and so the particles kind of go through the doors.
Okay. Beams, shells, beams, you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
wow. Oh, wow. Okay.
Structures like space stations and stuff, and
Oh,
shells
God.
are for like transport, and yeah, it gets pretty complex. If you like put a few of them out there, they have like I think yellow snap points, and you can right click one and click another, and it'll connect like Legos. And
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay.
Best.
Oh, jeez. Well, this alone could suck somebody in for days.
Yeah, like I started building something, and it took me like a few hours to get some little portion of it done. I'm like,
Oh, wow.
dude, if somebody built a Death Star, like. Commendations, man. Super commendations.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Now, I'm guessing you have to kind of keep everything contained in this this cube here.
Okay, no. The cube itself is defining a container for you.
Okay.
And so, like, you put this in there, and everything you put in here will be in its own little group ideal.
Oh, okay.
And so you can unclick it and then have a different container of stuff right next to it for a different group of stuff, and you can move them individually of each other.
Oh, okay. It's moments like this I realize I'm not creative enough to build levels. Yeah, I'm kind of the same way.
Yeah, this is a pretty gnarly editor. Like, it's not something you can just jump into and like.
Yeah, right. And that's all of a sudden I'm like, yeah.
Because like it drags something else out there, like just to give you an idea of what's going on, and then like click the first object, and then it will have like white dots on it, and then right click one of those dots, and then click the second object, and then it should have a dot, and click the dot on it. The game right now is 20 USD at 50% off. And it's in pre-alpha, and if you get it now, it will upgrade to the full release of the game when that happens.
Cool. So now, what were you saying about the dots here? I got some dots.
Okay, so I don't know whether it's right-clicking or click one of those, right-click one of those, and click the other one. So you color it, right-click one, and then click the other one, and they should like snap. But you should be like the top of one and the bottom of the other. Yeah.
Okay. Let me get closer here. Now, do I have to move them close to each other, or will it just
No, it will just do it, but like you want to do like the top of one and the bottom of the other, otherwise they'll intersect and be all crazy.
Snap. That actually worked. We're getting somewhere. I built a thing with a couple beams. Good times. it's a start. It's a start.
Yeah, and so you do that, and you just kind of keep at it, and you can build some pretty elaborate stuff.
That's
and
really
then
cool.
You put turrets on it, and you make it your space station, and you can like put a little hangar there, and you dock, and then you can
I get it.
build better things.
Yeah, it actually, Cheese Whiz, I agree. It's already looking like a finished game. I'm sure the devs are like, but yeah. to
Well,
my
the guys
eyes,
on the forums are like,
really
we
good.
want more, so
Right
that's
on.
good to hear.
So you guys getting pretty positive feedback about this, I imagine, or?
Yeah, actually. Well, I mean, we get a lot of different feedback, but a lot of it's really positive, and a lot of people are stoked and surprised of what we're able to do in this game. And then a lot of the bad feedback comes at like people who want it to be a certain way. Like,
Right.
why isn't this happening? And why isn't this happening?
Oh, of course. Gamers, they're fickle. I say this all the time. You just can't please everyone. It's like if you change this one thing to make this gamer happy, the other gamer's not gonna be happy that you changed it. And it's like, hey, I just gotta.
Yeah, there's those that want the simulator side. There's those that want the arcade side. So there's a medium point that we're trying to reach.
Well, that's actually a good question. Will this have like joystick, like flight stick support? Do you know?
It already has joystick support. We're incorporating a greater range of joystick support. Like, for example, I can play with one joystick, but my personal scheme has 2 joysticks in it, and so I can play with my dual joystick setup. And there's no hat support for the joysticks yet. But
oh, look at my 360 controller just works. Oh my goodness! I didn't even.
Oh yeah, your 360 controller certainly already works with this.
Oh, well, that's beautiful. I grew up on consoles, so like this is nice. Now,
yeah,
do you think this will be easy to do here with the dual joystick or the 360 controller, or is that going to make things harder?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
We kind of designed it to be easier to play with just I guess, WSAD control scheme and the mouse, which translates to a joypad alright, but for actual 6 Degrees of Freedom gameplay, you will be hindering your gameplay style with a gamepad only due to the fact that you can't hit all those axes at the same time. There's not enough buttons or commands able to be put in at once to be able to do that.
Okay. And all of a sudden, now I can shoot with my pad, but I can't. Do I have to set something in the settings for this, or?
Maybe. I'm not really sure. I haven't tested.
Yeah. Figuring things out. That's kind of how I wanted this to be tonight, though. Just everyone here is kind of experiencing this kind of for the first time with me. We'll see. It's, invert.
Now, somebody asked earlier if we mod or allow mod supports, and eventually we want to be able to make the editor complex enough to be able for people to put their own kind of programming and mods into the game, and then eventually, like how we're having the contest for modeling and stuff, we want people to be able to put stuff into the game on kind of like a Steam Workshop kind of idea, where people build their own stuff, and then other people, if they want to use it in their maps or in their sectors, can submit stuff to the game, and then it will be available for everybody else in the game on the back end. And so not only do we want to support mods, but we want to help people by making the mods kind of an in-game system rather than people having to make their own mods out of the game and getting people to install it or patch it or something.
Okay. Kappa phase, yeah, that's been brought up quite a few times. I'm sure that'll be on somebody's list of things to do here soon. The Death Star. Can somebody link me to the game's system requirements? I believe you guys have that at the main site, right?
Yeah, it's on the website. You should look for the FAQ. It should tell you what the system requirements are there. But if I remember correctly, it's 2 gigs of RAM. At least, I would recommend at least a dual core, but I think you can do it on a single core. I've done it once or twice. And you need at least a good enough video card to do voxels, because that's some gnarly stuff right there.
Right. And now, is this an in-house engine, or is this running on something else?
Okay, yeah, this is our own in-house engine called the V-Rage engine. We built this from the ground up, I think, about 5 years ago. Mark built it himself first 3 or 4 years or something. Then now it's being built by a team of programmers. And we're updating it as we see fit for our needs in the game.
See, even this, it was one of my favorite things to do in Red Faction as well back in the day. I just, dig holes for hours. See how far you can actually go.
Oh yeah, you can go straight through this sucker. It'd be faster if you backed up, so you wouldn't get the splash damage, and then shot missiles straight in a row.
Oh really? The missiles are actually faster than...
Well, okay, the regular missiles are faster, and then if you get the gnarly big missiles, those are super fast, but you can back up a bit further.
The goal, I'm not sure where the storyline is going to go, but it's more of a like I said, crafting, exploration,
Yeah, the goal of the game, I guess, will change depending on how people want to play it. Like, this is basically what you do in the game when you're not following the storyline. This is a single-player storyline game, so obviously the goals are going to be oriented around what the storyline is going to force you to do and what choices you're going to want to make during the story. However, you can just, turn around and build space stations all day, or like be able to like lollygag with your friends and put smiley face in asteroids, or like whatever imaginative things you can come up with. Or some people are just going to sit there and dogfight each other all day because that's what they're into, and it will mean different things to different people.
Right, and like he's saying, guys, there's going to be, the crafting end of it if you just want to sit there and make stuff all day. If you just want to mine all day, there will be like a deathmatch and co-op and all sorts of stuff. So, and the story, I'm guessing that you will kind of show you, a storyline goal once you get into it. Is there going to be a global server, or everyone runs their own client side thing?
This is a global server. Now, this is one of the interesting restrictions of this game, where some people, I guess, aren't as happy with it, where the game itself requires for you to be online in order to play. Okay. And this is because everything within the game is stored and streamed offline our servers. And so you're connecting to our servers for the maps, and so the maps will change on our end and then change on your end when you get them, and everything you do in the editor is saved online, so you can do something, let's say here, and then go to some other place in the world and then log in your account and edit your same stuff because it's stored on our servers. And because of that, you're also able to go to other people's servers and whatnot when they're not there. And okay. So let's say Joe creates the most awesome map in Minor Wars ever, and everybody knows that Joe's map is awesome and wants to go there, so everybody can go to Joe's map and start an own instance of his map in their game and see what he did and go and play it and destroy it. And Joe doesn't have to be online for that to happen.
And go destroy it.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of that, like, I know that was and I hate to keep comparing, but that's always an issue in like Minecraft, like the griefing, stuff like that. Will you be able to eventually, lock down private servers or anything like that, or?
Okay, now this is the big differentiation between what single player means and what multiplayer means to us. And so, Joe's best map in the world, whenever you start it up, is going to make a fresh copy of the map for you to destroy. And you can grief it all you want, and it won't affect Joe and his map. Okay, so that's the single-player version. And whenever you go into somebody's single-player version, it will refresh the map type. And so you can, like, create some kind of scenario, kind of like a StarCraft map. You create a scenario that's already there, and then you can reload that every time and have people play it. Now, you want to go and actually grief Joe's stuff, and then you're going to have to do that in the MMO version, where Joe's going to build a space station out there just as nice, but now you go over there and destroy his stuff for real, and he's going to come back to people griefing his stuff all the time.
Sounds amazingly fun, dude.
Yeah, a lot of people are waiting for that, including myself.
Yeah. Griefing's, it's fun.
But especially when it's real, and you spend a lot of time building something, and you're like, what? What?
So Joe can just marvel at his awesome map and never touch it, and I can cause complete chaos. Exactly. Yep. That's a really good idea, though, too. If you just want to not have, let him blow it up, but it's not gonna really, you're not gonna see it on your end. That's
exactly. And that's basically what everybody wants to do anyway. You want to go in there and like destroy whatever anybody's made. And so the fact that you can go back and add on to it later and then have them destroy more makes it more fun, right?
Absolutely. Oh, okay. Trade
space with worms, asteroid worms, like in Star Wars.
I think, yeah, that's honestly, that was one of my first thoughts too. Was, where's the big giant worm? All right. Oh wow. Inventory. This is deep, man. Biochem ammo, velocity out, front launcher, drill, harvester. Now, are like the drill and all that kind of stuff? Is that going to be like, are weapons upgradable? How does all this work here?
Okay, right. Depending on which ship you have and what kind of stuff you kind of have in your inventory and how you lay it out on your ship, you will be able to upgrade certain things. You'll be able to switch certain things out for other things. Certain ships will have the ability, like I believe racing ships aren't going to have a drill.
Oh, racing. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you're not going to have even the ability to mine in those ships, but you might have weapons or like depending on what you're loading it out for, it will be different for you. And apart from your ship type, you get to craft things out of the stuff that you get from space, and you need certain other things to be able to craft those things. So it's kind of like a tier system where you craft something, and then you need that to craft something else. And then after that, you're able to craft the gnarly stuff, and yeah.
And now, where are you gonna now is there gonna be like I suppose are you gonna have to go on to like wiki or whatever to find like the combinations of stuff you need to make such and such? Like, is any crafting available to me right now? Like, where would I go? How would I start doing this?
I believe where you just were is how you do that.
Go
you
to the
get
mothership.
Well, you acquire some minerals there. You go to the mothership, and then you're able to build. What is it? The thing that allows you to build, and then, and then you can. I don't know. I usually cheat because I have the developer version, and I activate everything instantly, and then I go there and test the things out that I find fit. But yeah, I don't know how to do it. I've been playing the public version as of recently just to see what other people have to deal with.
Now, are you guys planning on, with all the questions that everyone's at, is there going to be a tutorial in here somewhere?
There will be a tutorial eventually. There's not one yet. That might be the last thing we throw in there because of, we can't make a tutorial on things we haven't put in the...
Right, okay, yep, understandable.
So, and then also the tutorial, we want it to be kind of action-based where, like, you can't really skip the tutorial. It's part of the story.
Gotcha. Uh-oh. Now how do I get out of here?
Okay, yeah, there you go. Now you're in the editor. I believe you just press 0 or, to get out or something, but it's it's like it was before. And then, and except for here, you have to build and build your things before you do it. So rather than just clicking on it and dragging it out, you have to be able to craft it. You have to have enough ore to be able to craft the item, and then it takes time to craft the item before you can actually put it out there. And so, so when you actually craft in the game, real time, it will be different than when you're just like making maps. And the abilities to put resources in will be different. So somebody's actually made something with the game of mining it and stuff will be, I guess, gnarlier than somebody who just like built some crazy map with all the stuff available.
Yeah. Any plans on space creepers?
The space creepers? I suppose if you see bombers, the space creepers.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna say. Are there gonna be enemies that are gonna be attacking your creations, type of thing, or? Oh
yeah. There'll definitely be times where there's going to be loads of guys coming to your base, killing your dudes, but it's not going to be horrible where you're going to have to like like in Minecraft where you turn into the corner and all of a sudden there's this creeper and the thing you've been building for the last 10 minutes is gone and you have to like build it. It wouldn't be as jumpy, but I mean there's still the possibility they're going to come in and like you're going to be in the way of their missiles and you're going to lead their shots into your base.
And stuff like that, I guess going on that question, will there be like other like enemy motherships, like capital ships, stuff like that?
Oh yeah, actually there's already in the game where you have different factions and I guess areas where there are motherships of, like, for example, the Russians and the Germans and the Americans and the Czech, the Slovakian Republic, or I forget how many there are. And
right. Now, is that going to be kind of the basis of the story then? Is competing mining companies, stuff like that, or like? Okay.
Yes. The premise of the game is basically we humans have issues, keeping together and having the world be unison. So we have a problem with the world exploding, but before that, we see it coming and we're able to get off of Earth and go into space, except for we all do it in our own, like every country has their own effort to do this. And so once the Earth is exploded and everything's everywhere, now all the different countries are competing for the same kind of resources because, there's only a few viable resources left, and if anybody's going to live, everybody's going to have to use the same resources, except there's not enough for everybody to live. So they have to fight over it. And that's kind of the premise of the game, where we, with our technology today, having to go out in space and, you know, trying to make a living for ourselves. It's like the Wild West frontier days again.
Okay. It's basically competing for resources. Can you follow the arrow? I'd like to see an enemy. Sure. We'll dig our way through here. I'll show you an enemy. Love the premise. Yeah, it's like I said, it's definitely unique. I'm liking it a lot. And you know, again, man, thank you for coming on. I know you're busy, but I had to. I wanted to get this game a little love. Like I said, ever since I seen it at GDC, I was like, this needs to be on our show.
Well, I'm glad you like it, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Chat, I can't really look with PC games. It's kind of hard for me. How many people we got sitting in here right now? We got a decent crowd going on?
Where would I check that? Let's see.
It's under the video player, under the little people icon.
Okay, it's 1,300.
Wow, thank you. That's awesome, guys. I'm glad. Sometimes you like wow, 1,300. Thank you so much, guys, for supporting this. Hopefully you're interested. Go check out Minerwars.com. Pick up a demo copy, or pre-buy it, or pre-sale it. Get on it. Yeah, sometimes you like do these events, and you know you really want to show off the game, and you get like 10 people. It's like, oh well, they're dedicated. It's cool. It's nice to see a good crowd here tonight.
Well, it's it's convenient, I guess, to have the publicity, but it's more rather than how many people actually go to the game. The fact that people hear about it, because one of the things that I really felt in GDC is. People came around, to our booth and saw what we had, but have never heard of it, and now that they've seen it, it's kind of different than like having heard about it. Like some people have heard about it once and they're like, whoa, this is different than like what I heard, or what I thought it was, and just like having people at least know about it, rather than going into it when they see it later, they'll be like more impressed or something like that.
Now, were you at the GDC booth? I may have met you.
Yeah, I was there. I was the guy with the hat.
The hat, yeah, I met you. You were kind of feeling like sick that day or something like that, or?
Oh yeah.
yeah. Oh well, yeah, that was me. I was the long-haired guy in the Cannibal Corpse shirt, probably, or something like that.
All right.
Yeah. Probably saw like a ton of people, I'm sure.
Yeah, that day was a rough day. But it was a fun day, I'd have to say. A lot of nice things heard that day.
Yeah. And now something like GDC, is that mainly, for you guys, is that not so much, what's the like goal for you guys out there? Is it just to show it off, or are you trying to find, like backers, publishers, whatever? GDC for me was more just kind of like networking and trying to get stuff for the show, but as a developer or a PR guy or whatever, what are you guys trying to do out there? Is it?
Well, our goals were kind of skewed from everybody else's, because everybody else in the GDC player area was looking for publishers or investors. They're looking for different technologies, being able to adopt people's engines, and like they had an idea and wanted to get it further, and we weren't really looking for any of that ourselves. So what we were looking for was kind of I guess just getting the word out there and seeing how many people actually knew our game versus how many people who are seeing it for the first time, and kind of I guess statistically seeing how it's going to work. And it was interesting, I suppose, to see how many people actually have heard of the game versus how many people came to the booth for the first time and just like, whoa. And that's kind of what we wanted to know. And also we were there for networking, and we had certain meetings with people, and there's this, that, and the other. But for us, it was mostly just getting the word out and seeing how many people recognize our game, or seeing how our game was accepted, and we were kind of surprised at the response that we got.
Yeah, and I did see a lot of people like just sitting there for extended amounts of time just playing it. I'm like, because I was going to sit down and play, but I remember the day I was there, I swear there was like some girl on there that was on for like 20 minutes, half an hour, just building some stuff, doing some things, like, whatever. I'll just wait.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for us to be like, okay, like, haven't you had enough now? But like, apparently they haven't, and it's interesting for us to see other people play our game, because then like, what we're trying to do is completely different from what other people, see in the game when they're trying to do. So it's really entertaining for me, at least, to like see how other people are playing the game.
And yeah, that was kind of harsh for me too. When like I said at GDC, I was more just the kind of live streaming guy. I got to kind of just doop-a-doo, walk around and whatever. And I remember I was going to talk to the guys that are doing Primal Carnage. It's another game that's very high up on my radar. And sat there for like 20 minutes. They were talking with a publisher or whatever, and just getting shredded. I'm like, oh, that's got to be harsh. Well, why aren't you guys doing this? And you should change this to like this. And if I was making this, I don't know, I'd do this. And I'm like, I just wanted to tell you I love your game, and we want to get it on the show.
Yeah, so some of the developers there had a hard time kind of displaying their stuff, because like I remember I went around and I saw everything that was on the floor, and
yeah.
A lot of people had some really cool and neat concepts, and I liked where they were going with their stuff. And then there were a few individuals that like the game just it didn't make sense to me how it was a game. Just
okay,
like,
yeah.
This, just like, okay, but then how do I do this? He's like, oh, we haven't done this yet, because like, oh man.
Right, and I think a lot of people don't understand, a lot of these are just very early concept, whatever. But I don't know, I'm glad I got to maybe be the breath of fresh air after all the suits and ties.
Yeah, definitely. Well, the suits and ties have a whole different...
Oh, no, oh, yeah, there's a spot for them, too.
And I remember that there was a few times, like, there was this lady who came up to us and was like, we have an idea for a game. Will you guys make our game? We love your game already. And we just like,
wow.
Don't really have enough time to make your game. But, like, I was talking to some other, developers who were really wanting to make other people's games, and I took them to them. But it's just, like, it's funny having other people come in. You need to make our game.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's make our game first, and then
Yeah, you got one to finish, and then we'll talk to your people, or your people talk to other people, or something.
The asteroids are actually pretty huge.
Yeah,
now, should I be able to blow through these doors here, these things, or?
Yes, the missiles you have right now are probably the small ones. I'd suggest getting the big ones and backing off.
Okay.
A lot.
And how do I do that? Hit 3?
Yeah, you hit 3, and then you select the big ones, and you right-click, or you can click whatever button you want.
Oh, tunnel buster. Okay.
But you don't want to be that close to it.
No. Okay.
No. That might be a little close too. These are big bombs, man.
Did I pick the right? Are these the right one?
The bigger one, yeah. It's like some blue little circle that's bigger. That's the one you want. The primary goal of the game is based on what you want to do. It has a storyline and stuff that it wants you to do. However, you can turn around in mine, you can shoot, you can build stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. Can you warp from system to system in this game? Yeah, I think you can. Actually, what is that? It's ooh, what is that?
Yeah, right.
I think if you hit home or end or one of those buttons in there, I believe it's home. It takes you to the map system, and you can see the scale of the game, and the scale is actually ridiculous. Like, when I first saw it, I'm like, are you guys serious? Like, this is what we're doing? We're making it this big? Okay, you guys. But, like, yeah, it's ridiculous. And you can travel from the screen.
Did it again. Yay. Damn it. Yeah, Evitag, and it's what would you say, about maybe like 50% done now or something like that, and it's already amazing. Yeah. I can only imagine.
Just about. Oh, hold on, I'll be right back. I gotta check.
Yeah, no problem. We'll ask that in just a second, Artist. And again, thank you guys for hanging out tonight. We playing this for a little while longer. I'm guessing. I know Ansel is a busy guy, so we don't want to keep him here all night. But just trying to get a rundown of the gameplay, some of the systems, all that kind of stuff. Really appreciate you guys hanging out tonight. What's up, Jiromichi? Wrong door. I guess I'm not understanding how to blow through things other than rocks. Every time I try, I blow myself up. So we'll get it though. Discounted copy to get everything? Yeah, Spotty, I think they have said that, if you buy the pre-alpha, it's constantly, like, there was already an update today. It's going to constantly be updated up to the full version. Minerwars 2081, just so you guys know, that'll be the single-player game. It will have co-op, some rudimentary, multiplayer, like Capture the Flag, Deathmatch, co-op story mode. The MMO will be a basically separate release coming sometime later. Hey, Pro Trick.
Alright, I'm back.
Alright, new game.
Okay, so there are a few questions here. Can I murder in this game? Yes, you can murder quite some. You can suicide in this game. Yes, you can suicide. Is it DRM free? Now this this is subject of controversy on our forums here. We believe that our game is DRM free, seeing as we're not forcing you to load it with any other, memory checkers or other crazy other thing. There are CD keys, so it's a key-based system, so it's not like you just install it and you can play. You need a forum account to play it, and you need to be online to play it. And this is because all the content that you see generated on the screen is stored server-side, and so you do need to be online, but from what I'm expecting, when we finish the game and then package the game up to be ready for Xbox, in a standalone version for the Xbox platform.
Oh, this is going to be on Xbox as well, hopefully.
That's what we're planning for, yes, hopefully.
Oh, that's kind of awesome.
So yeah, we want this on Xbox, and once we do that and make the standalone, because the Xbox is going to require all the assets to be in the game for single player, and once we compile that, the computer version should also be able to do this whole offline mode thing, so you'll be able to go online and validate your game, and then be able to play offline mode, kind of like all the new style game.
Okay. And Flaminix, somebody did ask that earlier, and yes, if you want to go through that, maybe again real quick, the kind of StarCraft, create your own little missions and scenarios type of thing.
Alright, well, first off, I'm going to go down here. Will it be on PS3? The reason that we're doing it on Xbox is because it's already programmed in C# and XNA, which the Xbox translates to, exactly. And so, because you can't do that from nice rocket, exactly. From XNA to PS3 very easily. PS3 is not really on our radar. Now, the mod support will be kind of an in-game process, and you will be able to put your mods in-game, and it will be stored on our server side, and you will be able to choose other people's mods and stuff from a list of mods that we provide in-game. And that will also be in the editor, which is what was asked earlier, and the editor is basically what sets our game apart from any other game, where everything that you see in this room right now, it was created in this game in the editor. Like this whole area right here is something that one of the developers made in the editor for a base, and you can go here and kind of simulate the whole building of this area.
Okay. Oh, very cool.
Version of it, and like see that door down there, it's a solid door and you can't open it, but there's, if you wanted, you can put an openable door there and make it lead somewhere. Okay. Or create your own scenarios where the red guys are here and then the blue guys are in another base, you go somewhere else, and then they're gonna like go to each other, and then you like spawn in the middle and like make a fight or fight them both, or kind of choose what you want to do.
So very, very open-ended, which I really like. Just kind of, and that's, people asking, it does have a story mode, but I think a lot of it's just kind of making your own fun with it. It's a lot of different things to do, a lot of different ways to get into the game.
Well, as Mark puts it, it's kind of like Grand Theft Auto in that sense, where there's a storyline to Grand Theft Auto, but do you ever play it? No, you just instantly get in the car, you inject some car and go to the beach and like mow people down on the boardwalk.
It's exactly it. Or you attempt a mission and then you accidentally hit a cop car and then it's on, and then you forget about the mission, and
Yeah, it's basically the same thing with this game, where it's like, here, do this, and you're like, hold on, I'm gonna do this.
Nice. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Thank you for hanging and answering questions.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not that we don't love Sony fans. I love Sony personally. It's just Sony doesn't really make it easy to program for their stuff.
Yeah, and I've heard that more times than otherwise. It's just it's a beast to program for. I mean, it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done, but like, all we have to do is like change just 2 or 3% of our code and then on Xbox, and then like degrade all our textures for the resolution that it's going to be on. Just basically degrade everything in the game quality so that it fits on the disc for Xbox. And if that's easy enough, but in order to program it for PS3, all of a sudden you'll have to be like, changing the whole engine, rewrite the whole engine for it. And,
Right.
like, it's not
Now
necessarily.
this will be if and when it comes to 360, this will be a disc release.
Um, that's what we're hoping on.
Okay.
And well, I guess not hoping on. That's kind of
The
the
goal.
impression that I get because the size of the game will not fit in the required standards for what's an Xbox arcade game thing. Like, yeah, their standards are not necessarily allowing us to put enough information into the thing, but they just increased that to like 40 gigs or something, or something like that. So
Is it
that
really
might
that
be,
big now? Wow.
well, no, not the game, but I
No,
think,
I'm saying the
oh, yeah.
Microsoft's.
or 2 gigs or something.
Okay.
I think that translated to 40. I don't know.
Yeah, something. I remember when they first came out. Wasn't the limit like 50 megs or something like that? And that's,
yeah, or 100 megs or something.
Yeah,
and once we saw that, we're like, this is impossible.
It's totally impossible. We can do Frogger. You know?
Yeah, well, you can actually do some pretty nice stuff if you just try hard enough. But like, yeah, that's cramming a good game in a tight spot. How big is the development team? We're a team of like 20, 25 people or so. Whoa.
Yeah, and I will say that I do agree. The controller is nice. Now, how are you gonna? I know this is all very early stuff, but on Xbox, how are you gonna accommodate all the things going on here onto a controller?
Well, there's I guess there's a few things that we'll have to change. For example, we'll have to change the AI to like respect the fact that, like, for example, when you're on the computer, you can both look and use most of your keys at the same time.
Right.
Where in order for you to, like, let's say, change your weapon or something, you're gonna have to take your thumb off the joystick for a second to use the D-pad.
Right.
Or for your abilities, take your looking off for the other face buttons, and you're gonna have to be sacrificing certain controls.
Go on.
The controls, but it's not too bad. I mean, depending on how people want to fly and how, I guess, the consensus is on what people think is comfortable for the gamepad is kind of what we're going to do, and we're going to test out different control schemes now and then.
So far, this isn't even that bad. The only, like you said, the only issue is you lose some of that 6 degrees control. But other than that, it's not too bad going in between, like, the keyboard for the shortcuts and whatnot, and then the controller just for flying around. It's smooth.
Well, great. I'm glad to hear that.
Those dang space creepers, I know. Do you all work in the same office, or do some devs work at a distance? I'm guessing from where I've seen your locations, even on Skype, that you are not all in the same place?
Yeah, we're definitely not all in the same place. Most of, I guess, them are. I'd say 80% of the developers are in Prague.
Okay.
And we have an office there in Prague, and so they're usually in the office, hammering down the code, putting textures together, and basically making a ruckus. And the other people are satellites, and for example, I'm in California, and we have another one in Arizona, and just other places in the world. And so, depending on where other people live, they work from home, and so I'm here doing this from home.
Oh no, Sal, I'm saying it's not too bad, man. But yeah, you lose a little control outside the keyboard and mouse.
Super Shark. I'm so glad to see that reference. Super Shark. Yes. This is like super advanced Super Shark.
And now, are you planning on? I think somebody asked this, and maybe it was answered. But when the full release is out, is this going to be a Steam thing, or is it just going to be downloadable through the website? Or?
Okay, so this is downloadable through the website now. You can there's direct download and torrent for it. 2 builds for the game. There's the public build, which is what we're going to be releasing,
Right.
and then there's the test build. In order to get the test build, you I think have to pre-purchase the game.
Okay.
And get your ID, and that is being updated on different intervals in the public build. The public build is going to be basically what is finalized and mostly bugless in the game. And the test build is going to introduce features that may just, disappear entirely or get worked on or changed. And so you'll see many different things going on in the test build.
Okay. Confused? It's only all over the, status, sickly, but this is Minerwars 2081.
Confused?
No, I swear this.
Okay, and about Steam, we do plan to put this on Steam. It's not a distribution platform we have right now, but once that happens, we will probably be able to accommodate people who've already bought the games to help them get their Steam code and put it on Steam as well.
Okay.
Like, we don't want to alienate any of our users.
Right. Reminds you of Descent. Yep, that's a good call. That's a good call.
There's no laser beams in this game. No lazy beams at all.
Putting this on Steam, will you be distributing Steam codes at a later date for people who purchase early? Unless I misheard. Will there be aliens?
I don't know if I can tell you that.
Spoilers.
Yeah, there might be some alien content, but there might not. Yeah. Space Marine.
Oh boy.
I suppose if you consider the Americans and Space Marines, like, yeah.
There you go.
They're space Nazis. So.
Ah, there you go.
If you want those are there.
Yeah, more humans. And right now, guys, I'm just kind of exploring here, flying around, checking some stuff out. Don't mind my sloppy gameplay.
Yeah, there's actually, I'm really excited to see a lot of the work in detail of a lot of these structures, because you go in there and, like, no matter which little nook and cranny you look at, there's like something there.
Right. Yeah, it's easy to, like, and not even in like a bad way, but just kind of get lost looking around and checking stuff out.
Yeah, actually, that's one of those complaints just from the genre, 6 Degrees of Freedom genre.
Yeah.
If you start playing like Descent or something, some of the middle levels for people, they just can't wrap their minds around it, and you're gonna have to keep on pressing tab for your map and stuff. And
right.
I really would like to see a map like that in this game, but that might just be too difficult due to the size of the sectors and the way people are going to be editing their own maps.
Right. Yeah, that is true. Perfect game for Foom's AT&T. Yeah, exactly. Ooh, look, piece of candy. What am I? Oh, dang. Yeah, I'm kind of like that.
I'm not sure what the price point for the 360 will be. It will probably be similar to our price point on a computer, which will be $40. Notice that the $20 price point right now is at 50% off.
What? Pico? We getting raided or something? Yeah, and I think, what is that now? Just why it's in pre-alpha, you kind of, if you pre-order now, you get it at half price, and that will be upgraded into the full release, right? Or...
That is correct.
Okay.
If you buy now, you not only get the pre-alpha, you get the test build as well. And then you're able to use the editor, save, and do all that fancy stuff.
Okay. Get on that, people. Check out minerwars.com. Support this. I want to go blow through some asteroids. Now, I suppose if you took the time, see, that's already like a mission of mine in my head. You just dissolve an entire asteroid. Just get rid of all of it.
I think I've only heard of 1 or 2 people ever trying to do that, and I don't think that they...
Really? It's got me curious now. The asteroids are huge.
It's possible. It's definitely possible, but, like, I mean, I've before... Okay, because earlier in the development of the game, you used to shoot missiles super fast, like machine gun missiles, right?
Okay.
And so I've taken the time to cut an asteroid in half in several sections, and that took forever.
Oh, really? You've done that?
Yeah, I've done that, but like I've never like wanted to be like, okay, so we're gonna go with the rest of the asteroids. Just like, no way. Especially the sheer like size of some of these asteroids.
Right, they are large.
Is the largest asteroid. prefab in the game.
And that's what I was going to ask too. With the size of this now, is a lot of this randomly generated, or are all these placed specifically, or how does that?
These are all placed specifically. Now, if you went to the main menu and press play, there's a game mode called random or random sector, and that's procedurally. Yeah, no. Sandbox is different. Sandbox allows you to go into a map type of somebody else's or your own. Like, let's say you put something in the editor. Sandbox is where you enter those levels in the editor. But there's another one that's random, a random sector, and it will allow you to, I suppose, just procedurally generate maps, or it will just create a map for you just randomly with different stuff in it and doing different things. And so you can just click that all day if you want to see something new.
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, every time I think I'm going to ask a question that's going to be like, nah, we don't have that. It's in there. I'm very excited for this to fully release.
And I suppose I can make another, I guess, attribute to that, because press home, I believe it is, the home key, and it should bring up a map.
Okay, I gotta be by the mothership here.
Oh, okay.
Go check that out.
And when you hit the home key, it shows you this map of areas and sectors in the world, and what's actually going on here is people who build their own private sectors in different areas will be able to go from their sector to another sector, and it will be either their own sector or another sector built by another person.
Oh, wow.
So once you keep on leaving, like I think if you press tab right now, you can see the boundaries of your sector. And
Oh, wow.
Okay, and so if you leave the boundaries of the sector, you'll go into another sector. That sector will be based on whether you've made sectors or not, or if somebody else has made a sector and you'll go into their sector, or perhaps once you've left everybody's sector space, it will start procedurally generating sectors so that you won't hit stuff everywhere. So the farther you go out, the more you'll see.
Alright, let's try this. You said home. I am by the mothership. Let's get closer. We'll get closer. Yeah, you're there. Okay, how about I am in the mothership now? Ah! I need to be near the mothership. I'm in here.
Are you in the green major?
Yeah.
And it's not letting you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
Nada.
Or maybe it's the fact that are you playing on a free account?
Yeah, I think so. I thought the copies that you guys gave away at GDC, that's what I'm running off of, and then updated that. But
okay, you logged in, right?
yeah, except just now I was having problems with the server a little bit earlier. I think it did tell me that I'm playing in offline mode. Would that have something to do with it?
Oh, okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe if you logged on and then you lost connection, you'll go into offline mode.
Yeah. Yep. Let me. Now I'm logged in, but it's just. It's all good. It's all good. Trying to save? No, you can't. I think I'm still in the demo version. You can't save. We were just trying to check out different sectors, the map, whatever, but I think I got forced into offline mode, so I don't think that's a possibility right now.
Yeah, you're somehow in demo mode.
Ooh. Oh, wait, no, what did I just do there? Yeah. That's alright. That's alright. Can this game support 3 monitors with each monitor being one of those 3 windows? Oh god, that'd be actually really cool. You talk about the 3 windows of the ship?
Yes and no.
That's really cool.
Yes, you can support 3 monitors, and it will span across the 3 monitors, and you'll get a higher viewing angle because of that, and you will see farther than what you can see through those windows. But it won't be a monitor per window. You will still have those, sidebars there and stuff.
Yup, I'm in space. Yeah, that would actually be kind of cool, though, where each monitor was like a window or something.
I think I have a picture of that. He might be in chat. Dracon MW. He's another developer for Minerwars, and
okay.
he plays that way. Actually, he has 3 monitors, and he's got
nice.
like head tracking and and other stuff and videos.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. That's also another feature we're planning for the game.
Head tracking?
Head tracking, yeah.
Wow.
So you can put on a head tracking device and look around, so you can be flying in one direction, look out your window, kind of like a flight simulator.
Oh, wow. That's pretty badass. No, I've never seen that for like PC. How do you?
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
no,
what it is, it's like a Kinect. Basically, it's where they got the idea from the Kinect initially. It's a camera that you put IR sensors on your head or something. So, like, let's say you have a headset.
Yeah.
It's like a boom that you stick on the side of your headset with 3 LEDs on it, and depending on how you tilt your head or move your head, it looks at you and tracks your head movement. Sometimes you can put a hat on for it. People have made jerry-rigged ones where you can use a Wiimote and candles and stuff.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
So yeah, you can do it, but like that's another feature we're gonna put on there at some point in time.
Well, that's pretty cool. What games do you know of right now that are like supporting that kind of fun? It's got me curious. Like, oh.
Well, other games,
do you know of any? Or?
Yeah, there's tons of them. I think Battlefield.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think somebody built one for that. Basically, almost every flight simulator, like IL2, flight simulator.
I will definitely be looking into that now. I'm all curious. How big is the space in this game? It's like forever.
Okay, yeah, the space is bigger than it really should be. If you've ever gone out in space, it's a pretty big place.
It's pretty big. It's pretty big.
It's the whole solar system, and we're not skimping you on the size of the sectors. There's, in my opinion, way too many of them, and there's too much of the game that I hope we can fill it out at some point in time. But
is that what you're saying? Just a lot of kind of empty space, to be honest, or?
Well, yeah. There's depending on which sectors you go to, there's different like areas. Like the Chinese are over here, and the Russians went over here, the Americans are over here. And they have their own sector space, but like depending on where you guys lie, there's like this medium region, and everybody's stuff is kind of there. And you go out of that, and like it just seriously goes on way farther than shit. So you can fly through space for days and days, and get something gnarly. It'll be procedurally generated, and it will look like something.
Okay. That's actually a pretty cool question. Can you, I'm guessing, maybe co-op or, excuse me, like in the multiplayer modes or anything, can you steal resources from other ships? I guess the thought is like space pirates, perhaps?
Not in the single-player version. Maybe in co-op, but in the other multiplayer, like, deathmatch or first capture the flag or the stuff we're going to do, that's not necessarily something we're going to be focusing on. But in the MMO version, that is something that's very real and that we want to do.
Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, and that's got to be just killer too. Like, how does anyone ever finish a game? I mean, where do you just like shut off the ideas for a little while and be like, no, it's too much already? Has that been a problem with it? Not a problem, but I guess that's got to be a common thing.
Well, I think that's a problem with every game. I think every game that I've talked to a developer and known them and gotten to talk about their game a little bit and how they tried finishing it, nobody is really ever happy with when they finish a game, because there's always more that you can put into it. But what ends up happening is you get this schedule down and you say, okay, this is what we need in the game, this is what we'd like to do in the game, and then whatever you really have time for is what actually gets done. And then so you work up to a point where like, okay, this is basically what we want, and then you release that. But usually, like with a lot of games, particularly like ours, where we're modifying the engine and we're going to make an MMO after this, there's going to be a lot of features of the game that will come later. And so it will start one way, and it will probably evolve into something more complex.
Space rocks in 3D, yeah. Actually, will this have 3D support?
Yeah, sure. You mean like NVIDIA and 3D and stuff, the glasses?
Yeah.
That works already. Yeah, sure. You do that.
I forget, NVIDIA automatically does that, don't they? For like pretty much everything.
Yeah, if you have DirectX support in your game, and ours is definitely DirectX 9, you can do that. And I've seen people do that. And it looks pretty good.
Whoa. Somebody really wants us to see that Orlando Magic and Memphis Grizzlies game. Somebody want to nab that, please? Thank you. Sleepy mods, they're sleepy. Gotta love that spam. They see, the crowd here like, yo, hey, watch this illegal, footage of this, I don't know, basketball game? Does anybody care about that game?
I don't really know what Orlando Magic. Yeah, that sounds like basketball, right?
Yeah, I think so.
I play video games. I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? Here, let me get rid of this guy real quick. Sorry, guy. Have fun. Is this Foom? Yes, this is Foom. I don't have the cam on right now. It's the screen's kind of small enough as it is. But I'll get my face up there in a little bit. I think, yeah, you've been killing this, man, for like an hour and a half. If you wanna, I don't know how much time you have, but appreciate it.
Okay, I guess I can stay another 10 minutes or something.
Yeah, maybe kill it at like 8 o'clock. I just never want to, have you guys, because I run a 4-hour stream, and I'm guessing, 4 hours might be a little bit much. I never know where to cut it off to, if we're like talking, having a good time, whatever. But it's on you. I know you guys are busy and have stuff to do, so.
For sure, dude. For sure. Well, it's a pleasure to be here, and it's interesting to see, I guess, the comments of the crowd here. And,
yeah, we have a really great crowd. A lot of them are just curious about the games, and that's what I was even saying in the emails is that, Destructoid, we have reviewers, we have all that stuff. We just dig in, have fun, and check out whatever we have. So it's really laid back. A lot of people are really cool here.
For sure, yeah. I appreciate the mode.
And I apologize too. I'm a little wore out. Yesterday we were sponsored by Sony. Had this big God of War giveaway thing. And was basically promoting Sony and ourselves and everything like straight for 4 hours. So my voice is just like.
Yeah, I know that, especially if you just talk all day. I haven't had this problem in a while, but yeah, talking all the time gets to you. Yes, this game does have a demo. It's free. In order to play it, you need to register an account at Minerwars.com.
Ooh, that's a fun idea. Draw a face on the side of an asteroid. It's kind of like peeing in the snow type of thing. That's good times. That would make a fun addition as just a stupid mod, just like paint missiles.
Oh no, we've thought of that.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, because people wanted that, so bad. That's the first thing I did when I got into the game, painted a face on it. But when I did it, the missile shot out like 3 or 4 times as fast, so it made more sense to paint then.
Okay. Then yeah, doing it like this. Ooh, see, I love that. That's just like, I don't know why, just as simple as that is, it's the coolest feeling to just dig through an entire asteroid. And then
yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, like once you start getting into more dynamics for 6 Degrees of Freedom, you stop building like the straight tunnels and you start like building like little housings or like you left and right and you build a little room there and.
So how does that work now? You basically go to the mothership, craft some stuff, and now would that be in your ship for you to kind of drop wherever? Like you'd come back to the asteroid and start
I think it's
building?
within a radius of your mothership or something.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really sure how exactly that works, but you may be able to like take it with you and build elsewhere.
Here, we'll try the face. Do a little face here.
If space pets can be considered as little robots following you around, maybe.
Oh, really? Robot companions, you say?
Probably. That's what I heard last in the making. No spoilers or anything.
Okay. I'm saying the more I hear that, I was like just interested with the base thing. Like I'll just shoot asteroids and have a good time with it. But hearing all the other things that are going to be added and what it has me really stoked. I'm gonna hurry up and get it done.
I know, right? I feel the same exact way.
So how long has this been in development, speaking of?
See, I joined the project like 3 years ago or so.
Oh, wow, okay.
And so 3.5 years.
Oh, wow.
I joined really early on when you couldn't even like download it. When it was just an ID on paper. And,
right.
The few hundred people are like, holy moly, I want some of this.
Yeah, right. And real casually, speaking about stuff at GDC, did you have any, in the Let's Play or the gaming section, whatever, any favorites? Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, there were a few really interesting games. There was I forgot the names of most of them. I have them on cards, so like.
Yeah, same here. I'm like, who was this again?
It was like it was this blue card, and it was the white card with on it.
Right.
there was this flight game that was really interesting looking, and it was like free to play or something. And this other indie guy had some two-dimensional game where you could change gravity and stuff.
Was that the one
and
with
that
all
was
the
cool.
colors and whatnot?
Yeah, it was like black and it was really colorful, and it was like
Yep.
some guy with his beard. And
Yep.
yeah, that,
Yeah.
that guy was awesome. I like this game. And who else? The guys across from us, they had some pretty good looking dungeon crawler game that was really cool.
Oh, I didn't
There's
see that one.
there's an arcadey type of game that was what was it? It was like you're some guy and you're running through like stuff and you have to like get the coins and you like there's like 3 lanes and you like just jump and like get as many coins and try not to run into the face of the thing. And it was like some like browser type game.
Oh, really?
It was like Unity, but it looked like a browser.
Okay.
And that game was pretty cool. Well, like just for the arcade kinds of people.
Right. And I remember the one. It wasn't even like a game, but it was game creation. Did you see what was it? Horrible Train Wrecks or something like that. It was called. It was
Oh yeah, that the one where his tagline was the crappiest games ever.
Yeah. It was basically like a set of kind of light creation tools, and you make your own game and upload it, and people play it, and it's just a lot of them are just beautifully terrible, and
Yeah, that was really cool. Like I just like the idea of him just putting up the site just to put the worst games up there, and just people like put them up for free, and you could just like derp around on his games. Yeah, that was really cool. Or how about the one where you can draw some guy and it gives him stats and you can fight your guys, kind of like Magic Control status.
Oh God, what the hell was it? Yeah, I remember that now. Yeah, wow. Yeah, what was that? There was so many things going on, man. It's like
it had a very fun name.
I'm looking at my like cards and stuff. What was it?
Here, I can look at my stack. That one was funny.
Yeah, and then there was a couple, man, where I don't know. I felt bad. It was, what was it, Contagion? I think that was right across from you guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know, man. I went to him, and I didn't mean to, like, I guess, might have come off wrong, but I'm like, so how is this going to kind of, what makes this original in a not only flooded first-person shooter market, but also a flooded zombie market? I felt like kind of a dick after I asked it.
That iPhone thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I went up to them and I was scratching my head too because, like, I like the idea of what they were doing, but I'm like, yeah, how is this a game? Like, how is this fair? It's like because like it was like some GPS thing and you had to have it on. Like, you guys had to have like it was on iPhone, and so like you couldn't have it running in the background. So like you had to actively be doing this or not be doing this, and it just like the feasibility of doing it didn't seem so.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm normally not that guy, but I just had to ask him, like, dude, what? So what's the deal here?
Yeah, I had to ask them about their business model. Like, what is your business model exactly?
I'm trying to carve my name in here. I really just want to. I love the little face. It's awesome. This is now my home asteroid.
Homestroid.
Real quick too, like something like that. Now, if an asteroid has like enemies in it and already has a base in it, is it possible to clear out all the enemies and kind of claim that as your own, or would they respawn, or?
Well, it depends on how it was written. If they have a spawn point in there, then you may have trouble doing that. But it's definitely possible. You could like put walls around them, their spawn point.
See, that's okay. Very cool. That's what I was wondering. You can just like contain them and take it over.
Yeah, you could. Very possible.
Now I'm just addicted to this face. See, this is the game right here, folks. This is what's going to happen. You'll be in the middle of a mission, and you know what? This happy face is starting to look good. Hold on.
You start doing the Mona Lisa. This is exactly what people did when they like way back when it first started, like pre-alpha, like version like 2 or 3 or 7 or something. Like you went in the game, and this is what you did. This was the game for you. Like you didn't even shoot people. It was just what you did.
Wings of Prey.
Wings of Prey. Oh yeah, it was. Okay, yeah, the one in GDC Play.
Oh, is that okay?
Yeah, he was there too. He was the other guy that was there.
Just fly through the eyeball.
Yeah, I see your card right here. So we had to have shook hands.
Yeah, we did. I remember seeing you there. But yeah, I remember you saying that too. That just, I'd love to, you talking about wanting to get on the show, and then, but you were sick, and so it's like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Pro face, you like that? I'm very tempted. This needs like nukes, just blow an asteroid in half, or like a saw or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you have a drill, you can do your final touches.
Oh
Like
yeah,
this
I didn't think of that. Like the more careful little touches with the drill there. Oh yeah.
finer things.
The finer things, yes, yes, for the shading and the sketching and the whatnot. Is the game long or is it more perpetual like Eve? I don't know.
Well, it's kind of a whole different gameplay style. Like Eve is kind of a spreadsheet of a
Nice.
game.
Yeah.
You go there and you have to do all this stuff to amass stuff. And this is more of a Minecraft version of Eve, where you go there and you can get your own stuff. And as in perpetual, I'm not really sure what you mean, but if you're talking about multiplayer, that's kind of how our MMOs going to work. The MMOs going to be perpetual like that. The single player game is going to be not so perpetual. Like for example, if you made this his sector and saved it, you would be able to go to the sector and see his smiley face and blow it apart as many times as you wanted.
That's awesome.
But it's not going to save on his side, where isn't like there isn't really an end game. So that's what I mean by perpetual. No, there's an end game to this. This is like a single player storyline, and so there will be an end game. You will finish the game. Although once you do finish the game, you'll have the choice to keep on doing other things. Of course. And so the world is persistent, and it will persist after the game is ended. But there is an end to the game. For the MMO, I'm not really sure about that.
There are also plans for episode packs for single player later on.
Yeah, DLC content.
Oh, and that's what I was going to ask too, right before we kind of let you go here. Talking about crafting, I'm going to try that again here shortly. But if I'm using missiles to get through, am I blowing up my resources or?
Yes.
Okay.
If you use missiles, you explode your resources, and the reason you'd want to use your drill is to kind of, get all the junk that you don't want around the resources that you do want, so that when you get it, you get more resources. But yeah, you do destroy your resources when you use your missiles. And I guess the statistically best way to go about this is to just harvest your way through an asteroid rather than destroy anything. And that will work. It's going to take you forever, and it's going to be painstaking and awful, but that's going to get you enough resources so when you go back to your ship, you have enough to deal with, building stuff or refueling, ammo, whatever.
So
Would there be any black holes in this game? I don't think so. That's pretty dire,
Yeah, because I noticed that when I was shooting missiles, I'm like, I have not seen a resource here in quite some time. So now, are there a lot of different types of stone, iron, all that kind of?
There are, unfortunately, not in this.
Not in this build. Okay.
Well, no, it's in the build. It's not in this sector. Like the storyline sector just has the same stuff going on, rock-wise. But if you go to, what do you call it? People-made sectors. I can't speak anymore. If you go to publicly made sectors, then you'll see stuff where asteroids are actually made out of completely different stuff. Like one asteroid is like multiple stuff, and there's a bunch of asteroids who are different things, and it will be, interesting to go to a different place and like, oh, okay, this will be this and this will be that, and then you'll be able to go from your place to another place, or just sector to sector and storyline, and be able to see people's stuff. So that'd be cool.
And you can share your sectors that are on the server. Yes.
Yeah. Well, no, he's telling people. Dragon NW.
Oh, okay.
Okay. For Minerwars. Just putting that out there. He's an official.
Nice. Yeah, like I said, the amount of depth and things you can do in this game, even just now, and talk about the full release, it's pretty much an endless game. You can craft, just fly around, do the story mode, go to other people's worlds or sectors. What else? Basic multiplayer like deathmatch, co-op, capture the flag type of stuff. I mean, it's really quite endless.
Yeah, I'd say. Someone's asking, why do they call them asteroids? Asteroids are rocks in space. If it were made out of pure metal, then it would probably be a meteor. Or a meteoroid. I'll have to make that distinction. A meteor is only a meteor once it's hit the Earth, and if it goes to the ground of the Earth and touches the Earth, it's all of a sudden become a meteorite.
Oh, snap. Research. Here you go, kids. You're learning. We're learning. 666 viewers. Nice.
Good times. Good times.
Anyone else having trouble downloading a setup file? As soon as we're done talking here, which should just be in a couple minutes, we'll I'll help you guys out. Let you or see if we can get something going. No, everything went smooth for me.
Okay, so if you're having trouble with the downloading of the setup file, there's two different downloads. There's the torrent, and then there's the direct download. I recommend the torrent because I believe it's faster. You know, because you can get more, I guess, connections that way. But I mean, depending on your connection, of course. But once you've downloaded it, some people have had problems with connecting to other servers, and a lot of that may have to do with the .NET framework. And although you have it installed on your computer, you may have to reinstall it to get all the nice fancy stuff that we might be using in our game that's recent.
Okay.
I
I had a little bit of an issue hooking up to the server before we started, but it worked itself out somehow.
Yeah, just keep on trying it. For some reason, it may or may not work the first time.
Right. I know I'm losing oxygen.
Press the number lock button. That will save your life. Yeah, there should be a third-person view. I forgot what that button was.
What is num lock do?
It should reset all your majiggers.
Oh, what? Hacks.
Well, it's a requirement right now, like for testing purposes. Since you can't go to your